Welcome everybody. I am a student from MTA Microsoft Technology Associate India, and this is my industrial training project. Let me quickly introduce myself. I am Manitosh Paul, a BCA student from Bengal College of Engineering and Technology. The project which was given to me is to create a website, a fully functional website for a multinational restaurant for a particular city. The name of the restaurant is Puzzle. Now let me give an overview of my project, then we would quickly see its module and move on to our website. The proposed system is to make an online website for a famous restaurant so that everyone, means whosoever visits the website of that restaurant, can get information on menu, that is the food items offered by the restaurant, order placement so that the user can order online and can also view his bill after the order have been placed. The website should also provide the user an option to work at an outlet in that restaurant. Outlet is basically the area or the place the user wants to work in the city. I was also given the task to create an interface for the admin of that restaurant to perform operations. Now moving on to its modules, there are two modules, the user and the admin module. In the user module, the user can register himself or herself as customer, read about the restaurant, can place orders, can get bill of his or her order, can apply for internship, part-time or full-time jobs. And moving on to the admin module, the admin has the central control over the whole portal, has access to the database of employees and can edit it, can access the database for orders and can update it, can access the database for in-process applicants and can update it, moderate the booking database and edit the menu details. I would be explaining all the functionalities when we would be viewing our website. Now, these are the tables in my database which I would be using to store any data respectively. You can pause the video and have a look on the tables. I guess there are 5 tables. This is the third table, order table, where all the order that had been put forth by the user would be stored. This is the fourth table. Yeah, there are in total 5 tables. So these were all of the tables. Now let's visit the website of that restaurant Puzzle, and rest of the functionalities I will explain you there. So this is our index.jsp page, and now let's run it. Yeah, so this is our website. The name of the website or the name of the restaurant is Puzzle, and this is the features of the website, that is no minimum order, taste from the best chefs, with fast delivery and all of that. This is our menu section, all the items offered by the website, and this is the contact section, means the option for the user to work at an outlet which I was talking about. And this is a footer section, and all these links work perfectly, means if you click on Facebook you would be redirected to the Facebook login page. Same with the Instagram, if you click on it you would be redirected to Instagram login page, and similarly rest of the two, that is LinkedIn and Pinterest. And if you click on this email which says contact us through this email, if you click on it you would be redirected to the Microsoft Outlook app. So this is it, and for now I don't want to add any account or don't want to do this, so let's close it. And all these links also work perfectly. If you go to features you would be going to features, and we also have a back to top button. So this is it, and now I would like to show you that if the user has not yet logged in, so if he tries to order something he won't be able to do it. So for now let's order this burger, and you can see that a message is being showed to the user, that is please log in first. So let's make the user log in and then we would see rest of the functionalities. And also if the user is a new user, means he is visiting the website for the first time, so he would obviously be required to sign up. So let's quickly make a new user. So let's name that him a new user only for the sake of simplicity, new user at the rate gmail, and let its password be new user for now, and city be Jamshedpur. Pin code, I am giving a dummy pin code for now. Mobile number, I am also giving a dummy mobile number for now, and date of birth, let's select a dummy date of birth and let's register him. So it says welcome to Puzzle. Let's log in. So you are redirected to the login page, and let's log in the new user, and its password was new user. Oh, okay, so I entered invalid email or password, something like that. So let's log him again. Let's give the correct password now. Yeah, so okay, let's close this. So you can see that the user has now logged in, and he can now have the logout button, that if he wants to log out of the website he can log out now. And now if he wants to order something, he can order. So if I like burger, so let's order burger, and you can see the order page. Now this order section that you are seeing is a single page. It is not like for each item, that means for each item here we have created a separate order page. No, the order page is same, only these contents, means these image and the name are being changed dynamically. So if I click to any of these, you could see that this image and the name, category and price are being changed dynamically. So let's order burger for now. So address, I am giving a dummy address for now. Complex, no, okay, so let's give quantity. I want 5. Okay, so 4 burgers, total price is 360. So let's order, and now you can see the order bill. And if you will check that in our system, it is showing it's 1:47. So, and here also it is showing order time is 1:47 p.m. So it is taking the order date and order time from the system. It is not pre-filled, means the date and time is not pre-filled. It is always being done dynamically, means the date and time is being taken through the system. So whether it is means at which time or the user is ordering, the same time would be displayed in his bill. And we had also had an option that the user can, if he wants, he can work in the restaurant as an employee. So he needs to fill this form. So let's quickly fill this form. So I have quickly filled the details. You can see his phone number, date of birth, education, and he is interested in becoming the database manager of the restaurant. So let's submit the form, and you can see that it says we will contact you soon. So the form is means his details are submitted. So that's all about the user module. So now let's log him out, and now move on to our next module, that is the admin module. So let's make the admin log in quickly. So give the admin email and admin password. So you can see that this is the admin module, means the admin panel, where the admin can view all the tables in the database. And we had 5 tables: menu, order, employee, user, and carrier. And you can see that we had just made the new user sign up, means a new user had registered, and the employee can see here that a new user had registered. And we had also made the new user order something. So let's go to the order section, and you can see that at 1:47 p.m. a user had ordered something. And if you check the user ID, if you check the user ID is 10017. So let's move on to user, and you can see that the user ID is 10017. So it's working perfectly fine, and that the user whose email ID was new user had ordered something which has an item code of 1. So let's move on to the menu section and check which has item code 1. Item code 1 has burger, and yeah, that's working perfectly fine. The user had actually ordered the burger. So you can see that the order section and the user section and the menu section is working perfectly. We had also made the user to fill a form, means to we had given him an option to work as an employee, and you can see that in the career section the admin can also view that the new user had also uh, requested for a job in that restaurant as a DB manager. So now let's assume that the user had entered all the details correctly, and from the admin's end, let's also assume that the admin had verified all his details and found that the details are correct. So now the admin wants to add this user as an employee. So we will go on to add section and we would click on employee, and the admin gets a form to fill out. And now let's quickly fill this form. So we have filled the employee form, and we had given him the password as new user at the rate puzzle. So when he would be added, the manager or the admin would give the employee his password. So now let's add this employee. We clicked on to add, and it says record or added. Let's check if it is added or not. If we go into employee section, you can see that currently it is not showing. So now let's refresh, and you would see that the new user that we have added as an employee would be showing here. So let's refresh. Yeah, and you can see that the new user is added here. So it's working perfectly fine. Now let's add an item. So let's add an item. So let's add dish 8, and dish 8, I think it was butter chicken. So, and category, let's give him category main course, price 120 per plate. So let's add it, and it says record added. Okay, so now let's check if the record is added or not. We go on to our menu section, and there for now 5 items. Let's refresh, and you can see, yeah, the butter chicken is added successfully. And now let's log out and actually see if the um, item is actually added in the website or not. So let's make the admin log out and go to get started, and you can see, yeah, you can see that the butter chicken that we have just added now is added to our website also. So it's working perfectly fine. So let's make the admin login again, and I would be explaining rest of the functionalities. Its password was this. Yeah, so now we have left with the last functionality, that is to edit. So the admin can edit the menu or the employee section. So let's edit the employee section. Let's edit uh, this. We can see that he resides in Bishtupur but wants to work in Telco. So we want that he should work in Bishtupur only. So we updated it to Bishtupur, and yeah, before that you can see that when we clicked on edit, you saw that all the details are pre-filled, means the user sorry, the admin don't have to again fill all the data, and all the details would be pre-filled, and he just need to update only those which he want to. So we wanted to update the outlet, we had done it, and let's change its salary also to 13,000, and let's update it. And it says record updated. Okay, now let's check if our record is updated or not. And you can see, yeah, it's working. Outlet was previously, it was Telco, and we have changed it to Bishtupur, and we have also changed its salary, so it's 13,000 now. So the update for the employee is working perfectly. Now let's update one menu also. Let's update this choco cake. It's 60, let's make it 50. So let's make it 50 and let's update it. Let's say is record updated. Okay, now let's check if it's updated or not. Yeah, it is updated. So that's all. It's also working fine perfectly. And in the career section, we had added this new user as an employee, so let's delete this if because we have added, so we doesn't need this anymore, so let's delete it. And our delete functionality is also working fine, so we had deleted it. And order, for now let us assume that the order which was placed at 1:47 p.m. has also been fulfilled, so let's delete this order for now. So yeah, the order is deleted, so the delete functionality is also working perfectly. So that's all about the admin module. Let's log him out. So that was about the admin module. And now let's move on to the tools and technologies that I used. So I used in the server side, I used JSP. In the client side, I used HTML, CSS and JavaScript. In the database, I used MySQL software as a database, and web server tools, I used Apache Tomcat server, and the IDE that I used is Eclipse. So that's all about my website. Thank you to all of you. I hope that you liked the website. Thank you for your time. And if you have any feedback, queries or suggestions, you can put forth. Thank you.